All eyes are on Istanbul now, where both sides are expected to resume direct negotiations. But uncertainty looms. Delays, low-level delegations and contradictory international signals have cast doubt on the seriousness and potential outcomes of these talks. Are we witnessing a genuine effort toward peace or just another round of political theater? To help us unpack the stakes and implications, I'm joined by HARAN, professor of politics, who joins us from Kiev, Ukraine. Mr. HARAN, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Professor HARAN, let's begin with definitions. Can these be credibly called direct talks when Turkey and the United States are present at the table?
Well, there are so many contradictory statements. Look, there were rounds of meetings where Rubio participated, where his assistant was participating. It's not clear for me how it will happen when we will have direct talks between Russian and Ukrainian delegations. As far as I understand, Turkey may participate, but Russia will not. The US will not participate here. Well, let me here correct one thing. It was mentioned that both sides has low-level delegations. I wouldn't say so about Ukrainian delegation. It's led by Minister of Defense. It's high representation. And first Minister of Foreign Affairs. First Deputy of Minister of Foreign Affairs. So it's a level. While on the Russian side, yes, I would say it's low-level delegation with no credentials. So I think it reflects what was the Russian approach to these negotiations. They need it for, just for a smoke screen to continue pressure on Ukraine and to continue bombardments of Ukraine. That's why Putin doesn't agree to a ceasefire, even 30 days ceasefire. So I think his tactics is very clear. He doesn't want real negotiations. He doesn't want ceasefire, but he would like to use the smoke screen of negotiations to say, look, I am willing to do it. Don't increase sanctions at me. And at the same time, he will continue to attack Ukraine both on the ground but also in the air.
Professor HARAN, how do these Istanbul-based talks differ from the Saudi-hosted rounds that many now regard as failed or inconsequential?
Well, what happened in Saudi Arabia was actually a preparatory stage. But for what? Again, as I mentioned, this is not real negotiation. That's the belief we hear in Ukraine, and it's shared by our European allies. It's not real negotiation because there's no desire from Putin. Why? Putin understands the language of force. And unfortunately, what Mr. Trump is doing, President Trump is doing, he said, okay, I will press this side, I will press another side, but so far he didn't pressure Russia. He didn't increase sanctions on Russia. That's what we expected after Russia refused from proposals about ceasefire, which came from President Trump. And despite all the violations which Russia is doing, still there's no increase in sanctions. And now we hear about that there would be no move until Trump will talk directly to Putin. And for us in Ukraine, it looks like appeasement of Putin, frankly speaking. So it's not fully clear what Trump's position will be.
So Turkey has played the role of mediator before, notably during the 2022 grain deal. What does Ankara hope to gain geopolitically by hosting these talks now? And how much influence does it realistically wield over either party?
Well, yes, you mentioned mediating role in grain deal. By the way, the UN also participated as mediator. So it was helpful. The role of President Erdogan was helpful when we were talking about exchange of prisoners. That was really, really important for us. But frankly speaking, here I am not sure. They may create conditions. For meeting, we have a platform, we need to understand each other. But again, nothing will be done without decision of Putin, without statement from Putin, okay, I agree to ceasefire, which is not now, seems visible. Again, we need to put pressure on Putin. Pressure could be made by the United States and by European allies of Ukraine. European allies actually said they wouldn't bring sanctions on Russia. But we understand that without the US, there would be many, many loopholes.
Professor Haran, thank you very much for talking to A News. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.